Hey guys, and welcome to today's video on my favorite page style 22. So this is page style 22 and it is basically a large flap on which you could place some 6x8 photos or smaller photos, or you could also use it for journaling. And then to close and open it, you would use these two swing tabs. Then we need to attach tape right next to the scoring lines, and I actually like to use 3/8 of an inch score tape for this. And after attaching our tape, we want to cut off the corners of the little flaps we created with scoring. So for this, I like to turn around my cardstock and then I get my small scissors and I just cut it an angle right next to the scoring lines. Once you have cut off the corners, you can go ahead and actually fold up the little flaps we created. And for this, turn around your cardstock because you don't want to fold it up on the side where you scored it or where you placed the tape on. So we want to fold it on the back side. And then I also like to get my bone folder and burnish it down. And then we can attach our pattern paper A onto our cardstock element A. And when I attach my pattern paper onto my cardstock elements, I always prefer to use wet glue instead of tape, because by using wet glue, you are still able to move around your pattern paper until you find the right position and have an even border of cardstock around it. And now we want to attach our cardstock element A onto our basic page. And for this, I like to remove the tape backing just from one side, and then I can hold up the sticky side and actually use the other side of my cardstock element A to align it to the edges of the basic page. So once I found the right position, I can then remove all of the tape backing and just press it down. Now we can attach the swing tabs, and because the holes of my die cut I used were a little bit too small for my eyelets, I got my crocodile and I just punched a larger hole. Now we want to get our pattern paper for the basic page and just lay it onto the basic page without attaching it yet. So just lay it underneath cardstock element A, and then you can get your tags and just make sure where you want them to be and actually lay them down in the position where you would be able to open up cardstock element A. So you see me just spinning it around, and then I lay it right next to cardstock element A, but it's just like laying onto the basic page, so it's not getting in the way for cardstock element A to fully open up. Yeah, and I just make sure where I want it to be, so I just moved it a little bit up and down until I found the right position. You could, of course, also use a ruler to exactly measure the distance to the edges, but I just eyeballed it. And then I got my pencil and I just marked the holes. And after marking where you want to punch the holes, you can get your crocodile or whatever hole punch you are using and just punch the holes to the pattern paper for the basic page. So of course you don't want to punch the holes into the basic page, but just into the pattern paper. And after punching the holes, get your eyelets and then start by placing one eyelet into the tags and also into the basic page. So you want to attach the tags by using the eyelet to the basic page. And for this, again, I got my crocodile, or actually now I had to use my big bite because the holes were too far in the basic page. And yeah, just attach your eyelets. And after attaching the first tag, you can go ahead and just attach the second tag as well by also placing the eyelet into the holes and then attach it by using your eyelet setting tool. Of course, make sure that you have your eyelet setting tool in the right settings. And what I like to do then is I turn around my cardstock and I get a little bit of tape. So I use some wider tape for this, and I just cover my eyelet backing because the back of an eyelet can be very sharp and I just want to protect my basic page with it. And now we can continue by attaching our pattern paper onto the basic page. And for this, I again use my red glue. And yeah, so with the red glue, you can still move it around. So you can make sure that after you have placed it onto the basic page, that you can close up cardstock element A. And if it's not working, you of course would need to move your pattern paper a little bit to the right so that it's not like going over the tags. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it. If you did so, please give it a thumbs up, and also I would love to get your feedback in the comments down below. So if you have any question, you could also leave it in the comments, and then see you in my next video. Bye!